Yo, Q, what up? Yo, Q,
Man,
what
I'm
up?
keeping it real. What up, Duan?
Welcome
Let's get it.
to Not
Not
Just
just
Music, where we keep it real and honest.
Always.
My mama praying, telling me, Q, you need to chill. They can't respect the truth, I'm just honest.
What's going on, everybody? Not Just Music Podcast, another Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. Duan Barrino in the building. Got Quincy Murdoch as always.
Yeah.
How's everything, sir?
Everything good, man. What's up with you?
Good, man. Hopefully, all's well for everybody in Not Just Music Podcast world, or if not in the world, period.
Yeah.
Hopefully, y'all get into some success, some goals, some adventures y'all set out to achieve. How's everything been looking on the music side, bro?
Everything good, man. Still getting them streams, man, on the songs. That's always a plus. You know, the streams going up. Audio Mac jumping. Afrobeat song I did. Car Get Low did 1,000 streams on Audio Mac. So I mean, every accolade, you know what I'm saying, reward is a blessing.
That's what's
You know
up,
what I'm saying?
man.
So yeah,
That's what's up, man.
I was ready to do some more, get back in there.
Eagerness is always well and good for us. Because
Yeah, I was about to ask you, how's it looking on your side, man? The beats, I'm
I'm
what's
ready
going
to. I've been ready to release some stuff, man. It's been taking some time to get some stuff done. I'm finally to a point where I can actually do some of my own stuff. Hadn't really been focused on a lot of my stuff personally because just looking for different approaches, different avenues to release my own personal works and stuff like that, man. So yeah, it's coming. I'm definitely getting motivated and rearing up to be having something coming out here very shortly.
Yep. I already know what it is, but we gonna surprise them. We gonna let you drop that.
I hadn't figured out how it's gonna really go, but when I do, definitely be presenting it. Not only just to you all, but it's to my whole entire, to my everything, to everybody that's following me in Q. You know how we do.
Yep.
If you know his approach to things, you know my approach to things, and we should be out. I should be out shortly. Nothing else. So hopefully we are having some good positive feedback and some negative feedback too. Hopefully we have all feedback because it's great to have all types of feedback. Hopefully y'all like and subscribe and comment and share everything that we have. Please, if you haven't done it, so go ahead and do it right now while we're not talking about much and you already had it out the way. If you're on YouTube right now, just go down there and hit that notification bell. Cut that notification bell on for us, so every time we post, it'll give it directly straight to you.
You might as well hit it because we stay dropping. You know what I'm saying? Dropping that heat.
Thanksgiving is right around the corner. Thanksgiving giveaway is definitely something we look forward to, and I'm definitely looking forward to myself personally, and it's Not Just Music Podcast, but I really enjoy being able to be in a position to help give to somebody that can and needs it and wants it. If you can help us out with that, just go to our website, hit the donate button at the top of the website page.
Whatever you can, we ain't putting a number on it. Whatever you can donate.
Choose to.
It's on your heart.
Use that wisely. But all that will go into good hands. You have until the week of Thanksgiving to get it, or actually the week before Thanksgiving to get that in. So if you do, get that in ASAP, because we are in July, nearing the end of July as we speak. Now let's talk about it. I don't care what we.
The best part,
I don't
right
care
here.
nothing else goes on.
Topics.
It's always something to elaborate and speak on. I have a lot that I have and I wanted to talk about, but I don't want to just hog space. Anything that you want to talk about, bro?
I mean, we got a lot going on.
Anything you want to talk about
We got a
before
lot
I
going
jump on the
on.
topic?
You know, we've been talking about, you know, relationships, you know, double standards, you know, Kiki, the situation. It was something that had came to my mind. I can't think of it right now. It was on my mind though.
Well, I
You
go
get
ahead and
back
jump
with
on
me.
it. First
Get back
thing
with me
first
till
is
till I get right.
yeah. First thing first, I'm gonna jump on is I'm gonna talk about is another phase of elevating your brand. I've talked about this before slightly, but now I know more about an avenue at getting to elevating your brand. One thing that can help elevate your brand. The next phase of moving forward with branding is, especially with if you're just getting started, first thing you want to do is come up with a visual plan to be able to give to people. Content is going to be at the top of your branding moving forward. That will help elevate your business a lot more. Some rarely understand it because of the fear and also the expense of what it takes to present visual to the world.
Yeah.
I've always said use cell phones, but let's take it a step further. Let's go further than just speaking on cell phones. Let's make sure that the content that you're shooting lines up with what you are presenting. Just like this is a podcast, so I'm going to present this to the world as a podcast. If I'm a music, if I'm a music artist, I'm gonna present it as a music artist. So I shouldn't be presenting a car to somebody and I'm a music artist. It looks nice to, present stuff that you've gained from music, but again, or whatever craft that it is that you have, nothing wrong with that, but you want to get in a consistent form of sharing content that shows exactly what you do as a creator.
Yeah.
Cooks, be a cook. Show your cook work. Find a way to set up some cameras in your kitchen, even if it's something that you just do daily on a daily. Get into a habit of trying to do your thing daily. It's nothing worse than being a business person in your field and you do not work on it every single day. It's really starting to be critical for your brand to elevate now and not later. So that's one piece of the puzzle I wanted to speak on today. Like I say, elevation is going to be very important moving forward over the next phase of your beginner level of branding.
Yep. I got some topics now that we talking.
Mm-hmm.
We have Boozy situation and with his daughter. He bought his daughter a car for her birthday, $80,000 car, and the mother of hers put him on child support and he took the car back. So this got a whole lot of outrage and stuff like that because the daughter went on social media, was basically saying he was a B slur. I'm not gonna say, calling them names and That ain't her father. He's a sperm donor, and blah blah blah. So I want to ask the people, have you ever, as a parent, been put in a situation to where you had to make difficult decisions when it came to your child or your children, and has the significant other, the baby mom or the baby father, been reasons that you had to come down to these conclusions and make decisions with your child, good or bad? I just want to ask them that. Me personally, looking at it, for what we see, for what I see, Boosie is a great father. Every show that I seen him at personally, he's always had his kids with him on stage, all 7, 8, however many he got. Mm-hmm. He's always had them with him, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And, I looked at the old videos when he first got out of prison. His first stop was to go to see his kids. That was his first thing to do. When he was in jail, his first responsibility, his main thing he said he wanted to do was take care of his kids. Mm-hmm. While he was in prison, locked up. He said he used to do things in jail to make money to provide for them on the outside. So this situation right here, I mean, the mother, I feel, is a big influence on this teenager, I feel. Because you can tell when she's with the father, she loves her father. The attitude, her attitude is different. Like, her personality is different. And then it's like when she gets with the mom, it seems like it shifts. You can get the mom's attitude out of her. But yeah, I think, the mother was in the wrong for this. For one, he's a great father. It seems like he's a good father. He's a great father. He cares about his kids. For two, you secretly went behind the man back and placed him on child support. While, when he was doing for the child. And I know, some people are like different on this. Like, well, he needs to provide, child support is for the child, blah, blah, blah. But the child is 16 or 17, I believe. She's about to hit 18. Mm-hmm. So that was another thing that I found kind of weird. Like, you wait till the child is almost adult and put him on child support. Mm-hmm. If he was a bad father, in my eyes, you would have been put him on child support. Like, why put him on child support now? You get what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of sneaky stuff I see behind it. Like, what's your input on that?
Boosie can definitely get the money. 1, 2. I mean, you think about it. I mean, it's gonna be hard for him regardless, because he has that many kids. Yeah. It was bound to be one of them. Mom was gonna feel some type of sourness, some type of bitterness there. I mean, I think that just really comes along with the light of stardom, man. You can't beat. I mean, you'll never be able to win over what a mother is looking for from the father, especially, like I say, with being in stardom. Yeah. $80,000 vehicle. I mean, it's not a lot you can really say about that. I mean, that's a lot of money coming out at one time. But I mean, speaking on saying if you buying this for your child, I mean, it's a different story. But I mean, if the parents aren't seeing eye to eye, that's detrimental already. Yeah.
A lot of people saying it's because his legal problems too. Like, it was rumors he was selling. Like they people saying he needed to sell the car to get some money, and you get what I'm saying. And even if it was in that situation, like, do you think they should understand if he talked to him? Like, if he needed that money, like, he's been there and done all this for him. Now, nice. When he hit rock bottom, you know what I'm saying? Do you think they should understand, like, okay, this is my dad. I don't want him to go to jail. I want him to come up with the money. I understand. Yeah, Dad, you take the car. Mm-hmm. Like, Would
It
you
would have
see
been
it like
nice.
that?
Yeah, it would have been. It'd be nice to
If that is the case,
if it
we don't
looks
know.
out. Anybody that chooses to look out for a man in that manner, that's a beautiful thing. You know.
Yeah.
But it's just one thing to say that, you know, if whether if he's going to or if they pardon him or not, he's still gonna have to step up to the plate. You know, that's the sucky part. But I mean, that's just the life of a rock star. You know,
Yeah.
you do rock star stuff. You have all these kids. I mean, one of those parents got bound to be a hater, man, or upset.
And he's had problems with this one for a while, like from the beginning. I think, you know, well documented. You know, it's been problems. And the crazy thing is, and this is what I feel, the mom was upset about the you know, him taking the car. And I feel like, why don't you get her a car? That, like, I think, you know, in society we worry about more about what another person can do for us or another person can do for our kids, or like, you know, I think we're too reliable on people, you know what I'm saying, broke or with money. Like, you know, sometimes if you see something and you see that it needs to be done, you should do it. You know, and I'm that type of person. I don't sit around and wait for nobody. I go and get it. You know what I'm saying? If it's something I want, I get it. So I feel like if the mom's sitting here bashing, you know, she already said she was on there saying she's done had plenty cars and wrecked. You know how many cars I done wrecked and like many cars I done bought, and I'm like, you incriminating yourself right now. Like, I mean, you bought all these cars for you, buy your daughter a car. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't think he should be held to that standard anyway. If he's doing his part, cause that's extra. You know what I'm saying? And he could have got her a Honda or something like that, but he got her an $80,000 car. You know what I'm saying? So he went out of his way to get this high luxury car, and I feel like her attitude about him taking it back was ungrateful. You never disrespect your parents, like, especially online. When she did it online, I think that crossed the line. You know what I'm saying? So that's the days we live in, social media, you know what I'm saying, and the effect of social media.
It's a dark world to that world. I mean, like I say, it's to being a star. If you're gonna be being a star, that's part of it. Especially as it's going up and up and up, and he's on a pedestal as it is due to why, you know, his lifestyle, how long it's taken him to get to this point, you know, the longevity of it.
Yeah.
But you look at it any other situation that's out here, you know, you got, you know, Tyrese had a situation. You got people like Babyface, or you may have a working situation where you have somebody like Russell Simmons and his wife.
Yeah.
Or, you know, people that, I mean, it's some situations where parents can be cordial and, you know, and be amongst each other. And look, we gotta take care of the kid. That's the most important part. Take care of the kid. It really shouldn't be a competition between nobody.
To the Kiki and Darius situation recently, you know, the kid involved. It's like it's a trend, you know. It's like broken families, you know, like broken homes.
It's easy to be that though.
Yeah,
it's easy to be a broke up family, man. Like that's
the easy part.
I don't care what nobody say. To be,
cause we need to speak on that. These broken families.
I mean, it's the, you know what though. Like I always tell, we are communication. If you lack communication on a level where family can't grasp it, that's bad. And I know that for it's like with my own family, you know, one side of my family is one way, the other side of my family is totally different from that side of the family. So you have one side of the family that's like super caring and, you know, they do anything, go out their way for each other. But then I got another side of the family that's like, okay, I don't know you, who are you?
Yeah.
You know, but that's just, again, it comes down to the people.
Yeah, communication.
Like, I don't care. Like I said, Boosie ain't gotta say a word to his baby mama if he don't want to, you know, of that daughter.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is whatever beef he has with his child, he needs to squash that though. Ain't no need to keeping nothing going on. I mean, you don't have to go back and forth with a 16-year-old. You know, that's something that he shouldn't have to ever worry about in his life. Just to say he's the dad, he's the superior to her, and she should respect that. That's simple and straightforward.
Yeah, child should stay in the child's place, man. You know.
No disrespect. I don't care how mad he made you. Don't ever disrespect your dad.
Yeah, especially online. That's don't do it. Period. But don't do it online,
dad, man. That's a slap to the face, especially somebody trying to do something for you.
And people tend we get caught in the moment. You know, we say whatever we want to, but we forget words stick with people. Mm-hmm. Things you say stick with people.
Yeah,
they hurt more than the physical wounds. You know, the verbal. So. Mm-hmm. You know, that's one thing I'm learning. I learn what I say to people. Watch what I say to people, and you know, because once you say it, put in the atmosphere, it's there. It's out there.
Definitely there.
And you can apologize all you want, and a person will still remember that what you said to them.
Lock in on you for what you did.
Yeah, especially a woman. Men too,
on you for what you did, man. Because that's where we at in the world. Nobody men have to be as men have to be the men. Man, women have to be women. You know.
Yeah.
It's still the case of we have to learn to be able to communicate in a world that's built for all of us, instead of it being just in one-sided or something like that. We past that point, y'all. We ain't one-sided no more. We definitely are over that hump. Something else to spread about, since we speaking on communication. Let's ask a grand question, especially when it comes to relationships. What do you all feel love brings in to your heart, especially when it comes to a relationship? What are you doing for your significant other? Are you just doing the basic stuff, the dates? If you do dates, what kind of dates are you going on? Are you going on those expensive dates that you can't afford? Going on them expensive trips that you can't afford? Or are you going on just making things affordable? Are you showing the true meaning of what love could really be, or love is to come while you're dating? But that's the question. Now, most have a hard time really, what should I do for a date? What should I do? If you ask me what a date should consist of, first off, let's do this. What is the person like that you're considering to take on this date? Are they the type they like to eat? Like to go dancing? Do they like to go to the lake, to the park? Do they like long rides? Do they like going biking? You gotta find out. Like going to Big Flowers? What do they like doing?
You gotta also put in mind what's the vibes. What's the vibes?
Yeah, what do they like?
Because it might be some different kind of vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's going. When you start talking about water and hotels, that's a different type of vibe. That's an indoor type vibe. So you kind of get the memo what they want. But if you're talking about bowling, that's a different type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? So smart people realize, by the locations they pick and things they pick, what they're on. You get what I'm saying? Like, men or women.
Simply, you can just ask. Simply, this is ask the question. What do you like to do?
Yeah.
It really kills me. You should not be able to have to guess what somebody likes to do when it comes to significance to somebody else. Let that person ask you, what do you like to do? What do you like to do for fun? What's your fun point? What's your moments? Do you like to go out to eat? Did you like to go out to eat? That's grand. I think everybody likes to go out to eat, but some people don't consider going out to eat an actual date. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's part of it. You supposed to go out to eat. You know what I'm saying? All the time. Like,
Some people feel like
you know,
it ain't like,
a meal is part of the date. You know what I'm
This
saying?
ain't a
That's really
date.
not.
This ain't a
That's
date.
like the appetizer. You know, like to a meal. That's the appetizer.
Some people think that it's not, and I glorify.
When we was younger, yeah, you know what I'm saying, using high school, little element, had a little girlfriend, you know, let's go on a date, get to the movies, out to eat something.
That's a date.
But, you know what I'm saying? But now it's like, nah, that's part of the date, like I said.
And if you don't take somebody out to eat though, if it's just like, if you just going to get ice cream, that's a date. If you just going to I'm being honest. Going window shopping. That's a date. Because the thing is what you want to do is you need to understand creating moments with somebody is what you need to go for. Because dates can end up into a lifetime, or it can end up into a short time. To me,
well, I go all in. That's my type of date.
Mm-hmm.
I like to go all in.
Yeah.
Like, if I really feel it, I like to go all in. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a big trip, you know what I'm saying? A getaway.
Mm-hmm.
You know, intimacy. Yeah. I like to have the full experience. Without going in detail. I like to have the full experience, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't like all the like getting ice cream. Nah, I'm past that stage. I want to get deeper down and into it, you know what I'm saying? So, but some people different, you know. Some people can be like, "Oh, let's get ice cream," you know. Nah, I want a day or 2 days with you. I want 1 or 2 days with you, man. Let's connect. So you know what kind of vibes I'm on. Yeah.
Some people, and again,
everybody different.
Wherever you better know the person. That's really me. You better know the person. If you don't know that person and you just going on your own little wheels and say that you're gonna do something, like don't again, pick something that somebody like doing. Don't take them hunting and they like to go fishing. You know, don't take them fishing and they like to go hunting. You know, whatever. It's got to be something that strategically, and it doesn't have to be something that is always exactly what they want. Sometimes you need to make a person challenge a person to doing something different, doing something new.
But you know how I don't know. I'm the type. I can't enjoy myself if the person I brought with me, I took out, is not enjoying themselves. Yeah. That's just how I am. I know some people that can just act like ain't nothing bothering them. The person over there just with that face like, man, I hate this. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And the person, you know, you might just be over there just like, I'm enjoying myself. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you, but me, I'm more like I got feelings. If they're down, if they ain't feeling it, it's gonna mess with my spirit. Mm-hmm. And I'm be like, you know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Yeah, that's just being observant. That's being observant and communicating.
Yeah.
Seeing the point. Seeing seeing where things can go better, or you can help the situation. Yeah, shoot for that, cause boy, you got.
Cause what good is gonna come out of that if they ain't happy?
And again, it's not easy once you've messed up, and especially on a date. It's hard to get the date back on track once the date gets off track.
That's the first impression. Like,
I mean, it's like you could be 10 minutes into a date and it could go wrong then, and then you talking about we ain't even got the food on the table yet. When you already done got into a disagreement on something. So,
you know the worst thing is, because I say I like to go all in, is when you go all in and like you're 4 hours away from home, mm-hmm. and she starts showing her true colors, or he starts showing his true colors, and you stuck. Mm-hmm. And you like, dang, I done spent all this money. I'm 4 hours away from home. This person is a psychopath. Like, what am I into?
And again, dates turn sour easily because of stuff like that, man.
Yeah,
you ain't paying attention to the details,
and that's me trying to rush into it. You know, go to step 5 and skip 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying?
So and I'm gonna ask this question too. If nobody has ever done so, or haven't, you know, been in a position where the date just went totally wrong, like. If you have been in a position where the date has been totally wrong, chime in. Let me know. What did you do for the date, or have you ever been on a date where you know that you messed up?
And did you bounce back? Did you recover? Or
Did
it
you?
just...
Is that person still in your life? That's another question. Is that person still in your life? So were you in a position where you messed up a date and you couldn't bounce back from it? Have you? You been in a position where you went on a date, couldn't bounce back? A couple times, maybe. Yeah. I know I had a couple times.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I know I had a couple times.
One of them stuck, but yeah,
I dropped the ball. I tell mine. I gotta tell mine. So it was one point where I had a date, right?
Yeah,
and considerably, I thought it was a thing of like, I was
gonna tell you mine when you
up
done.
and up.
Go ahead.
I'm on the up and up with it. But at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, that's just what I thought. Come to find out, I basically went on a date with somebody who did not enjoy themselves the whole entire date. They didn't say anything the whole entire date.
I've had one of them.
And also, after that date, I never went on a date with that person ever again, and probably never saw that person ever again either, probably, just to think about it. But just the case of saying, you could go on a date with somebody, and they had never say anything to you about it until later, 2 weeks later, a month later. Oh, well, I really didn't enjoy myself on the date we went on.
Well, check this. How about somebody explaining how bad of a date was, or time they spent with you in the car when you're taking them home?
So they waited till the car.
A 2 hour, 3 hour drive. You know what I'm saying? You got to hear this. I'm gonna tell my story. So this is when I was staying at home, and you know what I'm saying, I found myself being fast, cause I say I like to go all in. So I mean, I went, met this little chick. We got a little hotel room. Rest was history. Blah blah blah. So we headed home. We wake up in the morning. It's snowing. It's snow on the road. We gotta go home though, cause it's Sunday night. It's Sunday. Well, not night, but it's Sunday day. So we driving in the snow. I'm trying to take her home and me go home or whatnot. So me taking her home, we get stuck. My mom didn't even know, who I was with, this and that. She didn't know the story. So that's the worst feeling when you gotta call your parents when you ain't got no business doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I had to call them, stuck in the snow. They meet her for the first time. So long story short, she had to come back to my house.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So she slept on the couch the whole night. You know what I'm saying? My mom was rude to her. My mama didn't I don't know, not like the girls I brought, my mama had a problem with. I feel like she was real protective. You know what I'm saying? So she slept on the couch, and I think that's why she got mad at me too, though, the girl. So she slept on the couch. So we woke up that next day. My mom was like, "You gonna have to take this girl home. You gonna have to take her home." I slept with one eye open the whole day and the whole night. I said, "Mom, call him out." She's like, "No, boy, you gonna take her home." So I had to get in the car and take her home. So on the drive home, when she get in the car, her true feelings came out, calling me in this, in that. You ain't ish. This was that cheap hotel we went to and all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff. So, I was mad. So I was like, okay, I gotta get some gas. So I pulled over to a convenience store, whatnot. And this is how I'm a Scorpio for my listeners out there, for the listeners. But I pulled over, I got out the car and act like I was pumping gas. So I was like, dang, she done made me mad. It's built up or whatnot. I said, I can't drive with this girl 2 hours. So I was like, act like the pump. So I opened the door. I say, hey, baby, can you go in there and tell them something wrong with the pump? So she gets out the car one night. I jumped in the car, crank up, and roll off.
Sitting
Next thing I know, I wasn't even down the street. My mama called. I was like, I already know what it is. This girl done called my mama. I ain't know how she got my Facebook or whatnot, Messenger. Done called my mama and told her I left her at the store. My mom said, if you don't turn that MF and car, my mom don't even cuss. If you don't turn that MF and car around and go get her and take her home, you ain't coming home. I turned around. I turned around.
Take her home.
I turned around, and the whole car drive back. She looking at me like, I got you. And it's the worst feeling. Like, it's like, man, mama, how you gonna set me up like this? So yeah, that was like one of my worst dates. Yeah, that was one of my worst dates. Yes, and she still can't stand me to this day, and I still can't.
Hey,
but hey,
we learn.
Yeah,
we learn what she do and don't like. And again, that's part of the learning process of dating. You're gonna learn a lot when you date. There's nothing wrong to date people, y'all. So date. Don't go be extra on these dates. Do something simplistic to see where this person lies or where this person is at. Because sometimes this person just could be about an expensive meal and going home. They don't want nothing else to do with you. So be mindful of who you go on a date with, men and women. Now, as we come to the end of this podcast, things that we've talked about: elevating, elevate yourself, your business, your brand, elevate. Do something grand, y'all. Like, do something that ain't nobody's done in your field. There's a lot of rappers out here. It's a lot of singers out here, but it's a lot of rappers and singers that ain't did everything yet, and they don't have everything that you have to present yet. So step on the gas again. Like I said, that video content, that's your key right there. Learn to put video content in your repertoire. Get up every day, pull out your phone, hit record, work on that. Work on it. Go outside, shoot some stuff that you ain't never shot before. Go get that to the people. That's content. But again, make sure it lines up with your music. And it's something to build your brand, to make your brand bigger. Next, Q talked about Boosie and his daughter and his baby mama. Biggest thing that we saw as a problem is Boosie basically getting railroaded with this situation. He kind of got railroaded by this. Yeah. Because it's kind of a 2 against 1, but at the same time, I mean, we in a position.
We come to expect that.
We in this position now. Like, if you you're a star, or at least something of a star, or something in the lines of a star, or somebody that's doing well in life, please believe. Just because you're doing everything right doesn't mean that everybody gonna like you for what you're doing, especially being a father. Yeah. You know, every mother is going to feel the father should do things a certain way, and once that father crosses that line, that threshold of something where they done something wrong, you're gonna get bashed. You're gonna get hit. Might be hit with child support. Might get your child took from you. I don't know what it might be, but it could be anything. But be mindful. Communicate with your baby mama. Communicate with your baby daddy. Not only that, communicate with your ex-wife, your ex-husband, or whatever that position is. I mean, y'all might still be a husband or wife, but y'all work it out.
You just touch some feelings.
Communicate it, man. Like, parents, y'all are parents. Work it out for the child's sake, not for y'all's sake, for the child's sake.
But then, you know, they're gonna make it about their sake. You know, unfortunately, it ain't. Yeah,
feelings and emotions.
Yeah,
again,
it gets in the way.
That's what's gonna happen. It's always gonna be the case.
That's what we pushing. You know what I'm saying? For the child. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you know, that's who it affects. The child.
And look how she reacted. It's affected her. So again, the mama doing one thing, the daddy doing one thing, it's gonna be a big mess. Lastly, we talk again on dating. What do you do on dates? What do you do for your date? What are you preparing to do for your date? Are you going out tonight or tomorrow night? Because tomorrow night will be Friday night for y'all. So again, what are y'all doing? What are you gonna do to step up, elevate? Yeah, here go the word again. Elevate yourself into a position to be a better date or a better candidate for your date. Communicate. You know, even if you do mess up going all out. You know, but guess what? You learn from it. That's the key. Other than that, hands off the wheel. Skirt. Duan Barrino, Quincy Murdoch. Not Just Music Podcast. And we are out.